Here we go again, girls. What's
Man,
nice.
chilling,
My,
minding my business. So, what I like is that we are deeply connected
Yeah.
with Salt and Pepper, and in fact, the Salt and Pepper
Right.
shared cinematic universe.
Right.
Obviously, we're completely dialed in.
I think everybody should enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah, let's get it absolutely dialed in. Here,
Mm.
real quick, Eric. We'll get back to Salt and Pepper in a moment. For now,
we have a show to do.
for now, let me just get this initial thing out of the way.
Yeah, okay.
And then we can get right back into it. We can do our top list. Like where does Spinderella fit in there?
Spinderella's on the top.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's discuss that later. Yeah.
Exactly. Gathered friends, it is I, your internet friend, Jeffrey K. Horcrims. And however it came to be, you have fallen ass backwards into Twitch's Brewing Show. Acquisitions Intoxicated. I am joined, as almost always, by Acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster Eric J. Benson, Edge Benson, Azerbaijan, Notorious EJB, Pat the Pineapple. Thank you so much for the sub. And obviously TWC Blank in the before times. Before there even was a stream, you subbed. Obviously an indication of your deep enthusiasm, a test of your mettle you've passed. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have been with us before, we're overjoyed to see you. If you have no idea what's happening, fear not. I'm about to explain. I'm about to explain the rich narrative tapestry that we take part in here on the show. So essentially, we try to adhere to the monomyth wherever possible. Imagine the hero's journey, but with beer. We're going to start by beginning a ritual, a brewing ritual. We're going to introduce some grains into a machine that transform those grains into wort, which my eldest is always telling me should be pronounced wort.
Yeah.
I defy them at every turn. And then, of course, yeast will be added to that byproduct, and we'll turn it into beer. Then we're going to do a tasting of a beer that we have designed previously, Hunter's Dark, I believe.
Yes.
And then we will craft an entirely new recipe in collaboration with you, the channel. What an incredible way to spend one's Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for it. So Hunter's Dark. Now, do we want to get into Hunter's Dark after we pop in Unified Grain Field Theory, or?
Yes, I'm going to go pop in that theory.
Right.
And grab myself a glass.
Absolutely. And we will discuss it at length.
I think you should discuss the merits of Spinderella and if she, deserved, to be credited a little more.
Exactly. Salt and Pepper, I mean, ultimately is the issue that there wasn't a lot of room on the cover to include her contribution. It's possible. It could be sort of, like the top of a stationery or something like that. Obviously, it's a complex space that we can investigate, to be sure. Orion Rogue, so nice to see you out there. Now, Orion Rogue, do you have any opinions while I have your attention? Are we talking about we're talking about a swift insertion on the part of the Notorious EJB. Excellent work. Their profound character, of course, getting dialed in once again. Now, Orion Rogue, in your mind, black patent malt and rye, this combo, what do you think about it? Like, what do you think might be the result? Let's investigate. I'm curious to hear what you think, because we've made something novel, and I don't think that I hate it. Sup, Gamer Gout. I don't think that I hate it, but there is something it might have to do with our ratio. We'll take a look at this when we actually look over the recipe and see how it turned out, because we'll get to it. It's all going to come out. First, though, after the Notorious One returns with their glass, we should take a look at Unified Grain Field Theory, our golf-themed beverage. and we'll figure out exactly what we have dialed in there. It looks like a pretty light basket there, but I guess we'll know soon. Mr.
Yeah.
Benson,
Yeah.
a professional insertion, we should say.
Yeah.
Now,
Anyway,
throw it back over to unified grain field theory. Let's talk about what you just popped in there.
right. So remember, this is a low ABV. Well, not low, but average. It's a 5% ABV beer.
It's not crazy. It isn't like some of the ones we've done recently. That's the main factor, right?
No, it's none of that nonsense.
Mm-mm.
It's mostly Munich malt, which is really the standard by which you make these
the Märzen, right?
Yep.
Right.
We threw in some melanoidin malt. What this does, it replicates the decoction mashing that we can't do with the Pico brew.
So it's malt.
Yep. Malt.
Right.
Malt for days.
Right.
Malt squared.
It's malty malt and the funky bunch.
Yes.
I think I mean, obviously it's a throwback, but
right.
Malty malt and the funky bunch is melanoidin essentially, right? And then some pills just to clean it up a little bit on the back, and then some caramel crystal for color.
Yep. And that's it. And when we put some Hallertau hops in there, and the Märzen lager yeast.
Yeah. So this is essentially going to be perfect.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Pat the Pineapple wants to know where they can still buy a Pico system. I missed the Thanksgiving sales before the pandemic, and it seems like Pico is shut down now. Pico proper isn't in operation. The devices and the back end still do work.
Mm-hmm. You can probably get them on eBay.
My guess is that you're looking even to Amazon or the secondary market. Even there's going to be a lot of individual people selling their equipment on those, in those contexts. And you'd still do okay. Worst case scenario, you can, you'll still be able to take advantage of the device even in a dark after period by spoofing the backend service, which is already a solved problem. Do not get between engineers and beer. It's unwise.
Yeah.
And they will crack it in half. Wow. So that is quite the head there. So should we swap back to Hunter's Dark and get into it?
Weirdest beer. I don't know where
it's a weird one. I'm here to tell you the second one is the second glass is stellar. And it's like once you get over whatever strange hump is here. So let's take a look. The British ale yeast gets in and gets out. There's nothing really funky about the British ale yeast, I don't think. It's going to have some fruit notes, right? Sarah Grace, thank you so much. It's going to have like some, I think, mild fruit, mostly malt reinforcement. But we had some strange...
The black rye and the patent are working very strangely and oddly together.
Yeah, the smell is perfect, right? The smell, I think, mine smells great. Yeah.
To me, the smell is off-putting. Like it makes me want to retreat.
Oh, it makes you want to escape. Yeah. When I sip it, or when I go after the top, it's very okay. There is a little sharp thing there, isn't there?
It's weird, right? I don't understand what that taste is. I don't know if it's just like I use too much cleaner, but that doesn't make sense.
No. I mean, you're not supposed to fear the foam, right?
No.
But yeah, so that taste, that flavor taste, if you will, there's some aspect of that up on top. But if we're only talking about 8 ounces of black patent and 4 ounces of rye malt, I'm just having a hard time figuring out what the issue is there. The grain bill seems, Orion Rogue is basically saying the grain bill seems fine.
Yeah, but I think it's just the black patent with the rye is just too much roast and too much spice at one point. I don't.
Yeah, that's back. Better break for us. Nice to have you back. Yeah, so there is a really sharp tang, and I'm not sure that it is this second time through. I'm not sure that is the rye. Honestly, I don't know what that is.
Right.
And it shouldn't be the Hood or Chinook. I don't buy that. You know what I mean? Neither of those are going to offer this. Yeah, there's a disturbing brightness. Yes, JD, it is spooky. There's a disturbing brightness, like literally right on the top.
Right.
And then it's like once you get past that, it is an out of control, amazing porter. Like it is so good, except for this, like
it exists in the head of the beer.
It's right up on top, and then it's gone. I don't know what that is, but I'll tell you that it's getting better.
The more you drink it, well, I mean, that's what happens with most beers,
right? But I think that what happens is that eventually the coffee, like the roast character,
right,
just beats that tangy thing to a ground. But I can't figure out. Oh, interesting. Orion says it might just need to rest longer.
Could be.
It's possible. I mean, we do jump in. I mean, we do come at these basically as soon as they're ready to taste them on the show.
Yeah, I mean, give it 1 or 2 more weeks. It can be a totally different beer.
It might even out a little bit. God, is it possible that that's the end of the yeast?
No, at least I don't think so.
Yeah, see, it's just getting better and better now. Once the roast character, it's like this in other drinks too. Once that roast character sort of eclipses the other parts of it, now I'm down to clown, which is great because I have 1 million gallons of it.
Yeah. So next week we have Bloodweiser, which I cannot wait to try this beer for so many goddamn reasons.
Well, there's a lot. First of all, this hop bill is out of control. Like what a rogues gallery of hops.
But what we're missing here is the raspberry that we've put into this beer.
Oh, that's the piece we're missing.
So this is a hazy IPA with added raspberry, and I've never seen that. So this is either going to be really good or really effed.
Yeah, it's gonna be goof troop.
Yeah.
Next time you're up at Micro Homebrew, you're gonna grab the that compote or that fruit edition, or
no, it's already in.
Oh, it's actually already ready to go.
Yeah, next week is when we're trying this.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that it was still missing the raspberry. Oh man,
it's in there.
I can't wait.
And it smelled delicious pouring it in, but
you don't know what's next.
I don't know the aftermath.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the color, see what we end up with. And it's a New England IPA, which is a hazy, right?
Yeah.
God, I like looking at this list, I like literally everything in there. And then coming in with just a little bit of wheat. I mean, this is what we were talking about, right? Is really focusing on pale and like not getting so kinky with some of the additions.
Right.
Like, because we come up with really, really cool stuff and it can be hard to actually push all the way through.
Exactly.
Right? Yes, Mr. Dan Riemann, it's basically a smoothie by this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Yes, I agree, Orion. I think it's going to have quite the effect. And our last one with all the lemon drop was mega hop. And this is going to have some of that, but I don't think it'll be at quite the same level just because lemon drop is so in your fucking face.
Right.
Dr. Brain in a Jar, it pleases me to inform you that the narrative hook for Bloodweiser, that was back when they announced all the Castle Ravenloft stuff for 5e. The Ravenloft, the actual setting book.
Yep.
Instead of just like Curse of Strahd, which I think people have played a couple times. Right? I think it's come up.
That is the most run campaign setting I've ever in my D&D career.
Yeah.
Like I must have ran I6 maybe 8 to 9 times, and then I've already run Curse of Strahd 3 or 4 times at this point.
Yeah. It
comes up. It's just around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, and Chris and everybody did a great job at the revamp of it.
It's in the air, right? Yeah. I mean, it's just it always comes back to it, and it's like this is the thing. It's like if you're a super dork about Ravenloft stuff, of course, your comment is going to be that Ravenloft is like one of these dread domains.
There are so many planes
Right?
of dread and blah, blah, blah.
It's like, you know, if you're that person, which, you know, I completely unapologetically am, it's like, well, you know, there's actually a Dark Sun domain of dread.
You know,
I'm not proud of it. I'm just, you know, I'm just saying, and I think that they lean into that with the new book because they're talking about rules to make your own
exactly. And
domain of dread,
which is really, really fun.
Well, especially if you're doing it custom like that. And that's typically how the mists come after you as soon as you are the sort of person they want anyway. So the idea that this could be a really cool act 2 of a campaign that's based around a character could be fucking amazing. Anyway, Doug, start. Thank you so much. Now, so that being said, whatever this tone is, maybe it rests for a while, maybe it doesn't. The tangy aspect of it is there, but it is receding in importance. I think this is a typical homebrew tale.
Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, you're going back for more. I keep drinking it, trying to find it and trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Now it's barely there. So thanks, 5.6.
Yeah, it's like the foam is funked.
Yeah, there's something goofy in there. But so Bloodweiser is only like 4% basically ABV. And that'll be nice. It'll be nice to do an episode of the show that doesn't like end with us being trashed.
Right.
Unable to commit to our host duties. So, but when you brought this over, it should be a shout out here. When you brought this over, we were checking this out, and we were also playing Stardew Valley. Not just playing, but succeeding.
I am thoroughly impressed with our victory.
Well, I'll tell you that when the game started in spring, it was not looking like a win at all. In fact, until we were 3 turns away.
Yeah. I did not think we were going to win at all, but that came together.
Yeah, but it came together quick. But the crazy thing about it, right, was that you identified a path through that had victory, and it required a couple cards that we each had, but it was in the dead of fucking winter. Like, this is the thing. It's like right as fall was ending, you put a bunch of plants in the ground.
Yeah.
And then we just harvested the victory out of that crop for the rest of the game.
But man, getting those professions for your mining, that made us win.
No, it is a strong...
Like, we needed the stone to get those 2 last levels in the mines.
It is a strong contender.
And then, Harvey, our friend Harvey
pulled us out.
Yeah.
He pulled us out of the fucking fire.
Oh.
Anyhow, that being said, obviously, it's time for us to engage with our traditional task.
I agree.
Text file is being opened. We just got to figure out where we're going to go from here.
So we have the Lady of Pain.
She's going right in there.
We've been pushing that one down, kicking that can down the road.
True. She's ready to go. What else sounds good? We got our marts. We're getting our marts and
got that out of the way.
Yeah. Well, changelings are not bad. Changeling is a really good hook. Obviously, changelings in myth and fiction are always great, but changelings are a really, really big part of Acquisitions Incorporated, and especially the C team as well. And changelings make some very, very good appearances in Hellboy.
Yes.
That we did, in fact, do a golf beer.
Did you know there was a Monster Hunter movie out?
Yeah, didn't it launch in China first?
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, Mike saw it, but he said that he was going to watch it, and then he literally never mentioned it again.
That's where I'm at.
Right?
Yeah. It's like it's the same as a Resident Evil movie where Mila Jovovich is at the end fighting something else to get you to hook into the next movie.
Oh no.
Like they literally followed the same track.
No. But now Piril is suggesting that they have concerns regarding carrying out an act which might reasonably
Is it really
considered an
Piril?
act of worship. No, it's pyro, but I'm never going to change it. Directed toward the Lady of Pain, and that's correct. Worshipping the Lady of Pain is a great way to get mazed. Absolutely. But we have to consider it. We have to consider the possibility. Does it, Jux? Did they actually put one of these chef cats in the movie?
They do. It's kind of funny. That's one of the redeeming qualities of it.
I never got sick of watching cats cook things in Monster Hunter World. I never got sick of it.
Yeah.
It was incredible every time. Like, it's just nuts. So, Changelings, Lady of Pain. You should definitely grab the demo for your Switch for the new Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh yeah,
it's cool.
I mean,
they moved it in kind of a cool direction with this open world stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. My problem is I just downloaded Disgaea.
The first one, that like the complete, like
and
Disgaea complete.
That is like one, just such an heirloom for me, but also there goes all my fucking time because you can spend a millennia in that game.
No, dude, I have to be honest with you. I love Disgaea a lot, and I have played a lot. I've played a lot of those NIS games.
NIS games, yeah.
Right, but I don't get very far in them, and it isn't.
Really?
I put in a lot of time. I don't get very far in them because as soon as I can do battles forever inside one of my weapons to upgrade
items,
them.
Yes, the item world was nuts. Are you kidding me?
No, that's for me. As soon as I get in there, I can never stop.
Yeah. Oh, and then not to mention, then you can go influence the Congress to give you better items, and you're paying off politicians. I mean, there was so much to that game.
No, it was insane. It's just like I got stuck in the item world, much as I would in real life, I suspect.
Yeah. That game was so amazing when it came out. Actually, there was another one that I didn't get into as much called Makai Kingdom.
Yeah.
And that was more of a 360 tactical fighter, but
yeah, well, Makai Kingdom, that isn't grid-based, right?
It's not grid-based.
Yeah, so it's more like a war game.
Exactly. And the problem is, now that I really love war games, I want to go back and try and file that up and play it and see how I feel about it.
Well, yeah, but also in that one, you can place buildings and stuff too. It's alien to the Disgaea series, and they haven't ever returned to it as far as I know.
No, never
so
did.
Maybe it wasn't for others, but I
guess not. But
I play all kinds of like. My favorite games tend to be the weird cul-de-sacs, like tactical cul-de-sacs.
Yeah.
Like a Ring of Red. Like if they ever made another one of those, I don't know about it.
All right. Remember Vandal Hearts? Was it Vandal Hearts? Wild Arms.
Yeah, Wild Arms is crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, Vandal Hearts is ridiculous.
Is yeah.
Ridiculous. Now, that being said, Sauce, you've gone mad. So we need to figure out exactly what we need a third option, I think, for this.
Okay.
Right now we got Lady of Pain, Changeling. Yep. I think Changeling could be a treat. We do a lot of hiding concepts in beers, and so I feel like Changeling might actually work.
Why not a dragon? You know what? As much as we play Dungeons and Dragons, how often do you ever fucking fight a dragon? Honestly,
it doesn't happen. There's a lot of dungeons. I'll tell you that much.
Well, yeah, tons of dungeons, not many dragons. How about we do something for a dragon? Like,
well, yeah, and so if you end up fighting on dragon, then what we'll do is we'll dial in.
Yeah, we'll do the colors.
Yeah. We'll say, hey, do we want chromatic? Right? Do we want metallic?
Right.
And then on there, then we'll get it dialed in even further. Right. Because any one of those would be, and then it's like, okay, now is this an ancient dragon?
Is it a whelpling? Is it do you know the difference between an adult dragon and a young dragon?
Do you even dragon, bro?
Do you know what legendary lair abilities are?
Yeah, exactly. It's what you said, but unironically, like actually legitimately doing that.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it. Oh man, there's so much hot shit. I mean, did you have a gold box phase?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you do them? How far did you get in the gold box games?
I did. Well, I did all
Pool of
the
Radiance?
Pool of Radiance. I did all the Eye of the Beholders, but those weren't gold box.
No, they're cool
Those
though.
weren't gold box. What was the next one?
Dragonlance?
Dragonlance did it.
Savage Frontier?
Did not do Savage Frontier.
Did you did you do Buck Rogers?
Yes. Ha ha. The old Buck. Did you do Buck Rogers on the Coleco? That's where the shit was. There was a Coleco
Vision, really?
Had a Buck Rogers game. And it was
holy shit,
ridiculous.
Man. Yeah. No, I definitely had it. Like ColecoVision was one of the systems that we had for sure.
Yeah. It was either Coleco or Atari 2600, and I can't remember which one, but it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, Pat, it'd be easy to do that. The truth is that people make kombucha beers now. Now they want Dragon. Really? They want Dragon bad. And so what we have to do now.
Yeah.
But what kind? And so we'll do a chromatic.
Sure.
Or
we can do a white dragon.
Exactly. So let's have them choose. Let's have them choose between metallic and chromatic.
Okay.
And then we can break it down because inside there's going to be a few choices. Sure. Yeah, I guess technically there are gem dragons. Right.
There's the sapphire dragon.
Yeah. Well, obviously there's the amethyst dragon. What's the breath weapon? Well, it fires a lozenge of amethyst.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that monster manual.
You heard about it?
Yeah, I know about manuals. I know from manuals.
Hey, listen, I've done the manual thing. The hell was that? Was it a dragon in the background?
Yes. Yeah, that was its great wings.
Yeah.
Wow. So it looks like these motherfuckers are looking after a evil dragon.
Well, yeah. Okay. So they really want.
Now, understand that in the world of Athos, dragons themselves, the only true dragons that exist in that setting are the Sorcerer Kings in varying stages of their draconic transformation.
So eaten 1,000 souls and
yeah, exactly. With that 1,000 hit dice of living creatures.
Yeah,
they truly are defilers.
Yeah, that's actually yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Dr. Oddity, if we were going to go that route, if obviously for chromatic, if that's, if that be what the decision is, right?
Wizard tries. Never mind.
What?
Nothing. We'll keep it off the board.
Right after. I want to hear it. But what you would do, the Tiamat would be the best. You'd make a paddle, like a taster paddle.
Yeah.
Well, Tiamat would be the taster paddle. We'd have to travel through each of these. Yeah. I mean, Dracolich is not technically a dragon.
It's a lich, but not a dragon.
Yeah, and it's like we understand that drakes sort of stand in for dragons, elementally attuned drakes in some contexts. The wyvern, obviously not a real dragon.
So, is it? God, it's almost even split, huh?
I know. I'm going to wait 10 seconds. And then I'm going to click.
Yep.
You bastards. No, it can't be 15-15, you animals.
That was Josh.
No. A couple other people jumped in there at the end. So, you creatures. You beasts. All right. So chromatic and metallic, even votes. Ha boy. How are we supposed to interpret these entrails? You creaturioids. How dare you? Yeah, I mean,
I say because of this nonsense that has happened in the chat.
Criminal behavior.
Yep. We do metallic dragons. We do five metallic dragons. Yep, one each week, and make Tiamat.
Yeah, we'll just go through, and so what we'll do is we'll just give them the list, right? Well,
yep.
they want. Well, We want for chromatics, that would be the Tiamat, and then we'll just move on to metallics, right?
Yep.
So
their choices are
red,
white, black, green, and blue.
Mm-hmm. I think we're doing dragons for a while.
Yep. It's Dragon Month here on Acquisitions Intoxicated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dragon Week.
Fucking Shark Week has nothing on this.
No, fuck sharks. Okay. Dragoni. All right. Amethyst gem dragon. Yeah, the lozenge. I read that. Understand this, Stiggs. I read that description like when I was 17. And I still think about this amethyst dragon and their lozenge. I mean, at least once a week. At least once a week. I think Matt, the dude who did like Strongholds,
mm-hmm.
he did a gem dragon models were part of the Kickstarter, I think.
Oh, really? Well, WizKids put out a sapphire dragon. I know that.
There you go. Dr. Brandon Najar, I think this is probably the most elaborate theme series that we have. Yes. So ooh, great choices in here. Set movies. Yeah, exactly right, Dan Raymond. That's exactly the series I'm talking about. And that's no small feat, getting those to work right and happen. Crimson, I'm not so sure. The gem techniques. There's some really simple gem techniques that you can get strong results from. All right. So, hey, we're starting out with green. I'm going to put the rest of them in here. Red,
right.
White, black, and blue.
Okay. So let's talk about our friend, the ancient green dragon.
Yeah.
He is gargantuan. He is lawful evil. He has a metric ton of hit points, an armor class to die for.
Right.
A challenge level of 22. He is amphibious. He can breathe water and air.
Oh, that's right. They got those frills, don't they? Demetrius, yes. Thank you. Yeah, they have those frills. Oh, yep. Movies. That was very nice of you. And Snoopy, thanks.
He does poison damage and a poison breath.
Yeah. Yep. The poison, the acid. They have acid too, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that the black dragon?
I don't think it's not. That's a good question. I don't think black dragons, do they have acid?
Acid.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is more of the gas.
Yeah.
Right?
That a lot of Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that jet. I have very, very elaborate. I have pictured that a couple times in incredible detail. But yes, it sounds like, chlorine is also a poison.
True.
And so what does poison mean in this context?
Well, I think it means more of, I think it means,
is it literal alcohol?
Yeah, high ABV.
Yeah, I think it's high ABV.
But, so, add a recipe. The question is, what type of style do we think?
Yeah, so we know it's going to have mega ABV, but in what package?
So they live in, they're forest-loving creatures, right? Marshy woods.
Mm-hmm. That swamp.
Oh no, sorry, black dragons are in the marsh. Green dragons are in the forest.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah. So what would be a foresty type of beer?
Well, no, honestly, for Blind Cleric.
Wait, is a green dragon just a double IPA?
It might be. I think that you're not wrong, Blind Cleric, but for sour, I think that's where we're leaning into the acid breath. I think that sour, and I'm going to go on record and saying it's okay if we make a sour for this purpose, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that sour is going to be a dark sour for the Black Dragon. I don't think that the Green Dragon is a sour.
Yeah.
Because it's not acid. I think we want to lean into sour for the acid. Right?
Yeah.
But yes, I think this is a DIPA, as they say in the biz. Could be. I mean, you could do a triple IPA if you wanted to.
Yeah, a dip is fine.
Yeah, I think a DIPA will give us the right levers, right?
Yeah.
But yes, exactly right, Blind Cleric. We could put together a really cool sour beer that had some dark elements.
I think Grimsworth just nailed it. Hops are green. What the fuck are we thinking?
They're very, very green. And so the DIPA is here we go, right? I mean, we're going to come in and we're going to provide that. And I think that it's a gas breath weapon. So I think we really have to pay special attention to what gets tossed in at Whirlpool.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It's got to be jumping up off of the glass.
Right.
The Consummate Nerd is suggesting a Queepa. I don't think that that's one of the types. Sextuple IPA? You demons. Gas breath weapon carbonation. Yeah, I mean, the optimal scenario for this, wouldn't it be cool? Like to actually, we could mess with the beer gas too if we wanted to. All right.
Okay, so we have this foresty concept. The lair abilities are typical lair abilities
for a dragon.
Roots and vines are erupting around it.
Perfect for hops still.
Thickets, right? Misdirection and trickery.
Okay, so how do we get trickery? How do we get trickery baked into this?
So if we're doing a DIPA, let's just say we can make it sweeter. The trickery feature would be making it sweeter than normal.
Oh, it's basically hide the ABV.
Yeah.
And we are experts at this.
Yeah.
Unwittingly, right?
Yeah. So I'm saying the first. Let's get our readings first.
Yes, ABV.
Yep.
So we're starting at 8, right?
No.
7.
7.5. I would say 7.5, 8.5, 9. Or if you want to do 7, 8, or 9, one of the two.
Here, let's get in there like this.
Because there's the trick as well. You can play with, if we want to trick them and go low in the ABV, and just say 7.
Anonymous Prime, it's pretty hard to get 10 straight up inside the Pico.
And I don't really like 10. I don't think it's good for
aesthetically. I know that you don't like 10.
Aesthetically, I mean, just for any part of that type of IPA, I just think it's dumb.
It's sort of a stunt.
I think you're trying to prove something at that point.
Yeah. See, times is like you start getting into stunt beers at 10 plus. Exactly right. You're getting into a weird place.
Yeah.
But I think that obviously it's got to be potent, right? It has to be big, and then it's about. So what do we tuck in there?
I think if you want to go the trickery route, you do 7.5. If you want to go the potent route, it's like a tough,
dangerous,
9.5.
Right? Yeah, this is that ancient. This breath weapon's filling the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lane is saying they had one of Pico Brew's partner Pico packs that was 10.5 DIPA and it was medicinal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another problem.
That has to. I mean, our experience now. We have made high ABV beers like dark wine.
Yep.
Right, Doomgate dark wine.
Dark wine
was north of 13. Right.
Yep.
But it had to sleep.
For a while.
Months. It had to sleep for months. Yeah, Blind Cleric says anise for the Green Dragon. I mean, there's some Green Fairy angles we could approach.
Totally.
once we start getting in there, it might be worth considering. But no, they want the 9.5.
Okay.
Added. Yeah, and obviously getting green as a literal thing, that's probably not going to happen. But keep in mind the forest nature. This is basically the place they strike from.
Mm-hmm.
So some cool rich browns in an IPA might be interesting.
Could be. So typically it's between 9 and hold on 1 second. It's between 9 and, or excuse me, 6 and 14 on the SRM.
Yep, I like that. So let's go 6, 10, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that 6, I mean, that's, I think, when it's already begun to strike.
Yeah.
It's reaching out, and that 14 is just the wall of trees,
wall
and thickets.
Yeah, to get into the lair.
Exactly. Yeah, 10 is that moment before 14 has got that in there, and also that enables us to play with some. That enables us to play with some richer malts.
Totally.
Yeah, Mr. Dan Marie Man coming in with the brew lore. Dude, I can't stop thinking about that dark campaign.
Me too.
I think about it 24/7.
I've also got another system for us to check out for it as well.
What are you thinking about?
Forbidden Lands.
Yeah, I know. You got some. You tend toward the kinky on tabletop systems. No. You're trying to get me into that. Is it Excalibur?
Pendragon.
Pendragon.
No, I mean Forbidden Lands is. I mean, dude, it's just as kinky as playing Torchbearer.
Well, yeah, but Torchbearer is my kink. I don't even feel it anymore. Right. I got the dungeon room set up. I got the swing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got stuff installed in the joist. Like I don't even consider that weird anymore.
Right.
Exactly right. Asmodee Game says don't torch shame. Exactly right.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with I love Torchbearer.
But what's Forbidden Lands?
Forbidden Lands is about rogues. The game is based around rogues.
Oh, so it emphasizes that type of skullduggery. Yeah,
and it's based more classic role playing style games than our newfound.
So more crunch.
Yeah, more crunch. One more crunch. But that's, again, like Torchbearer.
Yeah. So they want 10. This is the moment before the strike.
Yeah.
And what a great color.
Ooh, 10 would be great.
But man, I got to get it. Yeah. I mean, I got to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's
time to start writing.
I figured out my name. I don't want you to write this with me. I want you to play in it.
Okay.
I want you to play in it. I think that you will find a good place. The truth is, I mean, have we ever actually played these games together? I mean, you ran Vampire.
Well, the one game where the best, one of the funnest D&D games or RPGs was when you and I and Jessica Mirzan were playing Chris Paramis's game.
From Green Ronin.
Freeport. What the hell is it?
Freeport Adventures?
Fantasy Age.
Yeah.
That was one of the funnest times ever. So
yeah, it was pretty smooth. Yeah. I guess that's true, but I've never run a game for you.
You never DM'd for me.
I would love to offer that. So they're looking for 10. We're Gucci. Now, IBU, obviously, it's gonna be through the roof.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 60 to 120.
Okay. Whoa. Now, as we've described, 120 is beyond your ability to taste it, correct?
Yeah. After you go above 85 IBUs, you can't distinguish flavor anymore. Your tongue physically can't distinguish it.
Is that okay for this purpose? It might be.
Yeah.
Here, so IBU. So let's say 60, 80, 100.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't really get at it, I don't want to waste the mats
Right.
on that recipe. You know what I
Right.
mean? All right, take a look at that. Yeah, Fantasy Age system is kick ass.
Oh yeah, it's real
It's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah, they did a great job with that. I love the dice mechanics. I love the D6 mechanics.
Yeah, yeah,
Real
yeah.
fun.
But no, I want to get that. I think about it all the time.
Oh yeah,
I want to put.
and listen, there's a new version of Torchbearer coming out.
I know. They got that 2.0. For me, yeah, the stunts are the best, right, Trance? Tobias, what are we brewing? Here, we can show you very quickly. We are brewing our PGA Tour 2K1 themed beverage, Unified Grain Field Theory, based after my powerful branch of mathematics that is designed to put balls in holes. But they just
phrasing.
Maybe they just announced it's part of some like an influencer Twitch thing, but they just announced a couple things. So Tiger is coming back in for branding purposes on the new game with the new place.
Nice.
2K acquired the developer HB Studios up in Nova Scotia for PGA Tour. And PGA Tour is announcing a new multiplayer mode called Divot something.
If it's Divot, I was gonna say if it's Divot Maker, I'm in because that's me.
No, Divot Derby.
I excel.
Divot Derby. It's sort of like imagine speed running golf, right?
That's pretty fun.
And so that's the hook. Is that it's about like it's like you get there, you take your shot, and then time is part of it.
Yeah, that's fun.
So I think it's designed for multiplayer. It's designed for online play. It's probably a good fit for Twitch.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah, that's really pretty cool.
Yeah, Pirro, I chip from the green. You would not believe how mad that makes Mike. He doesn't think that that's a joke. He doesn't think it's funny. Like the rules and like
the etiquette,
your etiquette of golf
etiquette is off.
It's not a joke to him.
Yeah.
The shoe choice is not optional. Oh man, 60. So they 60 very very tasty, very flavorful, very present, but that. not north.
Yeah.
I think honestly, given this, I think that's pretty curatorial as a choice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is how we're going to be tricksy with the malt build. We're going to eat. I mean, 2-row is the number one we're going to put in here. That's your basic one. That is your resting dragon, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's like the dragon atop.
Yeah.
A pile of tomes and treasure, right?
Yes, exactly.
But then, how do we inflect it, right?
So if we want to make it a more trickster dragon, we make it sweeter because you're never fucking expecting that from a green dragon.
Honeyed words.
No, yes, exactly. We use the Copeland malt.
Yeah, honeyed words. We've gotten a lot of utility out of Copeland's 2-row.
Yep.
Obviously, a local. I mean, everything that you need to enact your fantasies in a brewing context comes from Washington State.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So with Copeland, that's our base. Are you just going to pop that in? Or is that one of our choices?
Those are the two choices, regular 2-row or Copeland.
Gotcha. There we go. Take a look at that EMW. Thank you so much. Yeah, 19 months. Absolutely. Yeah, I suspect Blind Cleric. And a lot of those, I mean, they had different artists. Eye of the Beholder, I think, is the name of the documentary about the art of classic D&D.
Yep.
I think Satine's in there.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave each type of dragon to a different artist, as I recall, which is why they each have really novel, unique vibes that have carried to today.
Right.
Right. So they're going for that. Yeah. I mean, I think of Green Dragons as being very, very socially savvy.
Yeah. Did Elmore get one of the dragons? Did he do one of the dragons?
From back in the day? I think he might have.
Yeah.
Okay. Copeland it is.
I like it.
Like 100%, which almost never happens in this doomed channel. Now, so there's our base.
Okay.
Pounds and pounds of it.
Pounds and pounds and pounds. Now, what do we want this flavor to taste like? I mean, because you can really go in a lot of different directions with this beer, right?
Well, because it's so big, right?
Yep.
Here, Orion Rogue. I'm not familiar with Red X malt. What is it?
Red X.
Is it in there? It's from Best Malts. I mean, I see that it's a thing.
Yeah, probably can't get it. I haven't seen it on the shelves.
Oh,
well, it makes it tints it red. So here's the crazy thing: we could say we're done with this beer right now.
Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, and then we do all the work crafting the hops atop. But we would need to fix the SRM.
Sure, that's easily done.
Yeah.
There's but what I'm saying is we could say we're done right here, and all of the poison comes from the hops.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one vote. And I think Mike might agree with that. All the poison comes from the hops.
Yeah.
The next, we could add some, what else could we put in this that would make sense?
Well, that would still keep the clean, right?
Yep. We could put in some Victory malt, which would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
That's going to give it a little bit more biscuity flavor, but not a lot.
It's a little more structure.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Or we just go really heavy on the caramel.
With a caramel malt?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's sort of a double down. I think that's a double down on the lies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Victory I think would be kind of a nice, especially against what's going to be mostly Copeland, right?
Yeah. So, like I said, we're done here, and the hops are really the poison. Victory is going to give us a little bit of a biscuity flavor and a nice smooth flavor. And
yeah, I was just going to say, Dr. Oddity, that is a great call. There's so many great hops that have a strong pine presence. That's one of the major notes, and leaning into that for the draconic lair, I think is really good. I love that a lot. Underdog egg, lots of poison. Lots and lots of poison. Underdog egg, I myself am remote from where it's being streamed, and it seems to be maintaining from here. Could be some back end situation. Okay. Well, here, I'm going to finish this poll at long last. Yeah, sorry, Underdog Egg. It's been hell on earth. Okay, so this in a shocking turn of affairs.
What do we hit?
Eric?
Yeah.
Man, they want. We're doing it. We're doing the clean back end.
Wow, they went straight Copeland Pale.
This is going to be the most classic.
I have never been so proud of this channel in my entire life.
But this is going to be the most classic profile we've put together, probably, especially in something big like an IPA. So what about how are we going to bring it? How are we going to bring that SRM north? What do we want to inflect? I guess it actually doesn't take very much, does it? It's only 14.
No, we're just going to put a little crystal in.
Yeah. Just a touch. 8 fucking pounds. This shit.
There you go.
Yeah, you're gonna need help. You're gonna need a dolly to get these grains over there.
Yeah.
Just to get the ABV fixed. Nettles. Yeah, I mean, if we used one hop creatively, would it be a deeper smash? I mean, for the most part, the issue.
I don't know. That's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah, I mean, we have to touch this a little bit, but we could go mega pine.
Yeah, like straight down the pine list, essentially.
Right.
I mean, God. So my first inclination is to go for Idaho 7, but we've used that a lot.
We have. And used it well.
What about Chinook? That's a fun one.
Yeah, but Idaho 7 does have big pine.
Sure.
In addition to its awesome fruit. And floral and tea. Like I don't think you're wrong with Idaho 7. I think it depends on when we drop it in.
Sure. So think of it as tropical fruit, citrus, and resiny pine with a little bit of black tea. Simcoe's another great choice. Did Orion put that in there? So I tend to use Simcoe at the end if we do it.
Okay.
If we really want to go heavy to start, we could go with Magnum right away.
Yeah, God, you could.
But or First Gold. We're really choosing our bittering hop right now. So where do we want our bittering to be?
Yeah, so Simcoe and Idaho 7 are both really, really good. The Magnum is just massive, right?
Yeah, I don't really like Simcoe as a bittering hop, but people, I mean, that's what it's for. But I like actually using it as the flavoring hops.
Well, and I wonder, I think that Magnum, I think that even here, even at the bittering level, in order for us to execute the Green Dragon thing, Magnum might not be subtle enough.
Magnum? Oh, you mean it's like it's too broad?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I got Idaho and Simcoe as the base. Do you want me to put those up, or is there a third one you want me to throw in?
Northern Brewer.
Oh yeah.
Northern Brewer is 100% pine and pretty much all pine. So if you want to go really piney, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, lean in. Now I like that. I mean, for me, in this style, I like that take.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't get spooked by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want the front of the tongue to become sharp.
Right.
But lots of winners in here, of course. Lots of good options. Can't really go wrong.
No.
It's still beer.
Yeah, we're still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, look at that. We got a little bit of a knife fight here.
They're fighting. Simcoe. Oh, okay. All right. There's some wrestling in here. That Northern Brewer just jumped ahead. All right. We will accept the wisdom of crowds.
Okay.
Northern Brewer as the base, very classic. That's going to make a real impression.
Yep. Okay, so now where do we want to go flavor-wise on the nose for flavor and aroma?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is where we could throw in Idaho 7. We could bring back Simcoe as well.
Idaho 7 is still a winner.
Yep. You know, fruit, tropical fruit and citrus and pine, black tea. Simcoe is citrus, passion fruit, apricot, and berry.
Yep. And against the backdrop of the mega pine bittering, this might be a winner.
We could put in some, if we really want to go weird, and pine and cedar would be too kind of weird.
They might fight a little bit.
We could put in some Olympic, which would be citrusy.
Oh, that might be nice.
And spice. Or Sriracha Ace.
What's in there?
Citrus. Herbal and grassy.
Okay, so that is also, that's got some good forest vibes too.
Yeah.
Any one of these is going to have, I'm going to start that poll. So there's 4 good choices here.
Yep.
Any one of those is going to have that, that forest bounty vibe. There's a lot of products there. Yes, shiitake beer would be weird. I agree. And typically when we've talked to like brew pros, they get very agitated when we start talking about when we start talking about putting mushrooms in the boil, they get freaked out.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
It doesn't go well.
It'd be even worse as a dry addition. Ugh. Just tastes like mud.
Yeah.
And not good mud.
Not the good kind. Yeah. You know, for all the good muds we've had.
If we want something wild, this is a good candidate for Brett. Yeah. If we want to wreck all of our equipment. I'll never forget when we were over at Lucky Envelope that day, and they had those big signs all around the cask, like, this has Brett in it.
Yeah, don't come near. Yeah. It was the best. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, right. It's going to be big taste. I mean, no matter what, because we're putting 60 IBUs in here. It's going to be a big taste, whatever we add. But against that, against the Megapine, woo, and then coming in with fruit, earthy, berry, and additional pine, on the Simcoe, that's a winner for me.
I like it.
It's the Simcoe for me.
Yeah. Hey.
And for everyone else.
And for everyone, you and your family. You've got all your Simcoe.
All your Simcoe needs.
With thee.
All right, so Simcoe. It's in there. It's in the mix.
So that's our flavor. Now, here's the thing. Keep that polo handy.
Yep, I have the reuse already clicked.
So what we can do, we're going to put this at 10 minutes. What we can do is we can say, okay, we just want to add a little more Simcoe for the aroma and keep it that nice berry aroma.
Yeah.
Right? woodland berries, or we can put one of those other three, and that can help out with aroma as well.
Yeah. Well, here I was just going to say. So this right here is going to be aroma because it's coming in right at the end.
Mhm.
And then, like I say, I can reuse, and we have the choice to
Oh,
drop more Simcoe in and back it up,
Yep.
or get something else in there on top.
Yeah. Do we want to double down on that play and let it ride, or do we choose something else for the aroma?
Yeah, that's correct. Tobias, no, it's virulent. Exactly right, Blank Cleric. JD Gerald 3 wants to know: does the Pico blend the mash and boil phases, or is the wort only flowed through the hop cages during boil?
Yep. Second part of that.
Mm-hmm. It just channels whatever stage it's at, gets the exposure that it wants. They're inside the actual case. But of course, when we used to do the show live, if you go back into the archive or hit to the YouTube archive for the show, you'll see that Josh set us up a downward camera that had that, so you could see the entire inside structure of it. But those two sections are completely gated off from each other. And so it can control flow to the hop cages or away.
Mm-hmm.
Green beer glitter obviously would not go amiss.
Yeah, it's true.
We know that glitter improves lives. We've seen it. They want to come in with the herbal grassy, with the sriracha ace.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, man, this is such a simple compared to the shit we usually get up to.
Yep.
This is, again, I think still in theme, but very
awesome.
smooth, subdued, but with a brutal payload.
This is gonna be weird as hell for sure at the end with the Simcoe and the Sriracha Ace playing off each other.
Yeah, but also the mega ABV. This could be really interesting, I think. Oh, gosh, so do we need to figure out what?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that happened that on a beautiful accident, Sriracha Ace works well with Citra and Simcoe. So,
yeah,
we stumbled into that one.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some yeast.
Let's see.
Wait, let me get that.
Yeah, I'll say.
Franconian dark lager. What? Cool. The first one we're going to go with is the classic American ale yeast. This is going to be incredibly balanced and smooth and clean.
Okay. Which ale yeast?
American ale.
American ale yeast. Smooth, clean. Yep. So we know exactly what that's going to do. We have had those beers, right?
Yep. So this is another one. We'll do the Northwest Ale, which is going to be slightly fruity and more malty.
Yep. Now, is there a third one, or should I ship it?
If they have it, sometimes they do, is the Ringwood Ale. This is highly flocculent with complex, clear, but malty profile.
Flocculent, is that the fruit esters?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me more about the flocculent. is it a clarifying thing? Like I just want to make sure I am understanding it.
Um,
Because I've never once typed that word in my life.
so, so, God, what's the, how do you, I don't, it's basically when clumps of yeast come together.
Oh.
Yeah. So it helps with clarification.
Gotcha. So clarifying.
Mm-hmm.
And then what were the other flavor things?
Yeah. Where is it? It is a complex, clear, but malty.
Yeah. And obviously it's hard not to like the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Venom in the Veil. That's a fun name. Yeah, I mean, for this, the Northwest Ale is really cool if we want to emphasize the fruit. But the American Ale, that will really emphasize all of the hops. And EMW, I haven't checked out Lex Arcana yet, unfortunately. But the American Ale will kind of really put the emphasis on the hops for us, especially since we went really almost as a smash beer, because we really only used the Copeland Pale, and the crystal was just there to color it. So it really depends on where you want this to end up. If you want this to be the hops more prevalent, you're gonna be going with the American Ale. Northwest is going to give you the berries and fruit, and the Ringwood is gonna make it more malty in flavor. So that's how you want to be just thinking about your decision, because it real you know, is it the poison of the dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the hops, and that would be the American Ale, or is it the maltiness of the dirt in the woods, and that would be Ringwood.
Yeah, I think it's, but I think the Ringwood has an interesting vibe.
Yeah.
As a flavor profile in this.
Yeah.
And look, and that's what they want. It's, you give them a name like Ringwood, they can't fight you, man. Like, you're gonna get in there now. So now that we have our subtle, dangerous double IPA ready to deliver, now it needs a name that this legacy can rest upon. That's the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Sauce, no fighting. Oh, this is going to be mega hops, Tobias. Yeah, Orion's setting you straight there. It is a fist made out of hops. I promise you. At 60, it's plenty hoppy. Green Flame.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I think we did a Green Flame beer already.
We might have, but you'd know. I guess you have all the titles. Is there one literally just called Green Flame?
Yep.
After this long, right?
If we hadn't done one, there's probably something wrong with us.
Yes.
I think you're right. I think it was the jalapeno one.
Some poetry from Blind Cleric in this piece. Venom in the Veil, another classic. Oh, dude, Breath Weapon, just as a simple thing. It's like, for me, the names that I really like, like are the ones that I can just see on the label like
Right.
instantly.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Morning
Thorn
breath.
drinker.
Yeah.
Thorn drinker in there.
God, some winners in here. For sure. This one has activated them. Green scale. Oh, cloud kill. Obviously.
Ooh. I thought we had. Didn't we do cloud kill? No.
It's possible. I think we made a beer based on the spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, breath weapon would be the name for this set. We've done that before, where there's a name that's better as a container, right?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see.
Toxicity.
Yeah, breath weapons is probably good. Exactly. Breath weapons would be the set. Breath weapon would be the 6-pack.
Right. Exactly.
Like the container that you buy it once and then you're out.
Mm-hmm. Wormwood's already a beer or a company.
Brand.
Yeah, brand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then you have the Tiamat beer at the end. EMW.
Bramble beer. That's good times.
Okay, we got some winners here.
Off the scales. That's great.
Yep. Good products here. Just doing one more quick scan. There you go. It's a big option. If we need to
yeah, scale it down again, we can.
Well, yeah, exactly. If we need to do a second round, that's okay.
Yep.
There's a lot of choices in that mix.
Yep.
Just take a looky-loo.
Take a little look.
It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time watching that show.
Me too.
Dun dun.
Dun, dun.
I watched it a lot. Do prickly pears imbue greenness? No, because prickly pears are
red, aren't they?
Are red.
Yeah.
Or kind of pinky red.
Yeah.
And they taste like bubble gum. Prickly pears are weird.
Yeah, that prickly pear candy is fascinating. What do we got here? It's winning. Venom in the Veil, Green Scale Ale.
Yeah, Venom in the Veil is running on there. Yeah, dragon fruit is really weird. The white and black speckle.
But I didn't get much flavor from. I had it once because when we put it into Ryan's beer, I bought one just to try, and I'm like, there's not.
Yeah, I have heard. I mean, I don't know to the extent to which it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard that it just has to do with the dragon fruit that we get.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's really, but I've had a couple, and even like the strongest one that I've seen was very, very mild.
Yeah.
In taste.
Mm-hmm.
Could, yeah. The dragon fruit quencher.
Ooh.
At Starbucks is a favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
Loop Hero does get played. Nevermore. Right now, I'm currently farming the Lich.
Nice.
I'm trying to get these orbs. Minerva, welcome aboard. You did catch it live. There's a few more minutes of the program. That's true. But it's okay. You know what it is. Yeah, next time, Grimsworth, it's like we've been playing it for so long. There's a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily remember.
Which one?
Well, in terms of the dragon names.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Jeez, I thought we were talking about DRG or
No, no,
gunfire.
no. Saskatoon berries? Is that a
What is
thing?
that? That just sounds like fun.
Saskatoon berry plants? What the fuck is this crap? It's like a like a blueberry cluster.
What?
Are they also called service berries?
I don't know what that. What is that like? Let this berry serve you?
I don't know what the hell.
I'm a little scared about the end tip of those things, but
Yeah, it looks sharp. It looks sharp. Venom in the Veil. It is. That's going to be an incredible. That's going to be an incredible.
I am excited. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Damn it.
Oh, I see, Grim. Yes, man, that was a while ago. 2014 feels like a lifetime ago.
There was a 2014.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would eat all those things. Those definitely look like the sorts of things I would find in the woods. But service berries or Saskatoon berries, I've never heard of it. There's a lot of berries that exist in that that blueberry. Like blueberry is a genre, really.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. What are those doing in Germany, Beckenbauer? I have no idea. Yeah. Hey, so it's Venom in the Veil.
I love it. I think it's great.
We got it dialed in. So pretty, in terms of the malt aspect, pretty simple. Yeah. But a mega hop build.
I mean, those hops are going to play so well
with each other. They share a note, right? And so because they share that note, I think the rest of it hopefully will overlap in a neat way,
right?
And then Ringwood Ale is just too weird not to use. And then if it's going to give us some clarification as well. On the back end, then we're going to be set up real nice for a spring beer.
Listen, if we were playing bridge, we would. This would be called finding our trump suit, and I think we did.
Yeah, no,
I've officially turned into a 75-year-old man, and I love bridge now.
You got there. Yeah. Are you playing like digitally?
Yeah, it's great.
So how does it work? What's the basic idea?
It's like Hearts or Pinochle, where it's trump suits.
Trump based, okay.
It's a trick taking game. But what I love about it is it's all about it's like it's a super thinking game because
it's co-op, isn't it?
It's co-op, so it's 2v2, and so there's 3 parts to the game. There's the auction phase where you are bidding your hand, which is
how many you think you can take?
Yeah, which is trying to suss out what your partner has, right?
Oh, so it's a hidden information. It's partial hidden and partial known information.
Yes, and then you have the actual trick-taking part of the game where you're playing the cards, and then you have the scoring phase. And the scoring is a whole game in and of itself, because even if I didn't, like, let's say I bid you as an opponent up,
yeah,
and I took your tricks away from you.
Oh, weird!
I get more points now because of that, instead of me trying to win. So there's 3 games in one.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So this is like that's one of the things, like when you dig into some of those like traditional, especially some of the traditional social card games, there is like they're hardcore.
Right.
It's like Baccarat. Like
yeah, exactly.
There
like,
are some
I love
hardcore shit.
Oh yeah. Like those are the 2 games I love. And now like I did not expect I put bridge off. I was like, it's an old person's game, blah 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 blah. But no. It's actually, if you really like to think about the mechanics of it.
Dude, are you playing online?
Yeah.
Like against AIs, or is there like digital bridge clubs?
Both. So
there must be, right?
Yeah, there's a website called BridgeBase where you can play. It's you against 4 robots, or you can play with other people.
Wild. Well, hey, listen. We wrapped up a little bit early, but Mr. Krahulik is ready to take over. And take things to the next level. Prepare yourselves, chat. So nice to see you. We will see you again soon.
Yeah.
Bye.